Alright, so here we go. I'm going to do a video on updates on the catches this year. It hasn't been a great year. It's been very difficult. But we're grateful for what we got. And we'll keep trying. I don't care how late in the season it is. If they want to be caught, I'll give them the best chance for survival. I know better than on their own. So anyways, we moved this one to here recently. You can see in other videos. This feeder was full Sunday night. And they only took half of it, but could have took some time for them to find it. And there is not even one up there working it right now, which is really weird. It's interesting. So I'm just going in here because I did not make sure that all the frames were straight the night of the move. It was too much. If I would have opened this thing, I could have lost a lot of bees because they would have gone airborne and never done their new orientation flights like I've talked about in another video about this catch. I can't believe that this is a late season swarm. I hope you can actually see that. I'm absolutely shocked at the progress these girls have made. Fully anticipated this going into the winter as a single. Now, this was a honey frame. That was a honey frame. They got 3 starter strip and 3 plastic foundation to draw, which it looks like they are working all of them wonderfully. And then these 2 in the middle. One was the original bait comb, and then the other one that you can see is all drawn out with some beautiful wax was a wet brood comb that I had just sitting around. I didn't want to put it in a bait trap or in a trap because it was wet with nectar or honey, and all that's going to do is start me running a feed station instead of a swarm trap, and I don't run feed stations. So yeah, pretty awesome. I have to really honestly consider, even today, giving these girls a second deep. But it was a huge population. It was a huge swarm catch. You would think it was late in the season. Secondary swarm. This is a starter strip foundation. That is some of the blackest pollen I have ever seen. Interesting. full of bees. This was blank foundation. I don't care if you order heavy wax when you order your foundation, light, medium, whatever they call it, wax your frames. They sit, you don't know how long they've been in storage. The wax can break off, fall off, doesn't smell as good. It's transported, it's bounced around in a truck. Wax your frames. If you want them to draw it out like that. You see wonky comb not built out on the frame, but like with a void, a space, where they're trying to not touch the frame. Yeah, they're telling you something. They don't like it. Here's another starter strip. And the frame next to it looks like a starter strip. I gotta be careful. One of the things I've noticed, I'm not even gonna play around, is that queen absolutely loves to lay on new, freshly drawn comb. Put some honey supers on with a queen excluder and you'll see what I'm talking about. Or without a queen excluder. It's crazy. She will go, so that's why I need to be careful with those fresh ones. You would think, okay, she's not on there, she's on the bait comb. They tend to, what I'm seeing, just use that bait comb as a storage facility. They come up and lay it up with so much nectar. She don't have a room to lay. And like I said, she prefers that fresh comb anyways for some reason, which, boy, that makes it fun to see eggs. I didn't even bother to look for eggs. Less disruption, the better. Oh, well, I'm going to pause it. I got to find a deep. I can't believe it's less than a week and they already need a deep. All right, so to show you how shocked I am, guess who doesn't have a deep on them? I forgot. The spare deep is this one, because they needed to be hived in the tree stand because it was so huge, the swarm, that they wouldn't fit. Again, hopefully you can see. I will be coming back very, very quickly with a deep. Initial reactions on their temperament, pretty good. Not going to bother filling that. I would if I put the deep on, but since I'm going to come back and I don't want to spill any syrup, I've actually been using somebody's recipe for ants. Boric acid, water, and sugar. Tried it last year, didn't think it was working. This year, I couldn't be happier. Maybe it's because I got it out early in the season, very early. All right, so there we have that one. Awesome news. They're going to go into, they're going to be allowed to attempt to go into winter as a double deep. Will they draw it out in time? Because they look like they stopped taking that nectar, and that's all up to them. They will fizzle out, these late season swarms. They'll do what they're meant to do as far as build comb when they first swarm, and then if the resources aren't there, or sometimes they can't get that second deep drawn out. This one has promise though. Very happy. Can't believe it. Can't believe that that's a primary swarm this late in the season. That's a huge, huge secondary swarm. Hopefully with a good mated queen. There's your pine branch. They have the population to defend. And it's so packed inside there, I'm concerned about the heat. The entrance reducer's gone for now. You know, you got to remember, they're not going to have firstborn for 21 days, which I put on a calendar. And I estimate about 25 days since move-in to give her time to fatten up, start laying for them to draw comb. Because again, in my opinion, it looks like that she wants to go for new comb, not old comb. And that takes days, some time to draw it out. This is an amazing catch right here for end of July. You can tell I'm still shocked. I don't know what to say about it. Very, very interesting, very, very happy, very, very blessed. But anyways, let's move on. All right, so swarm catch 6, swarm catch 4. 6 was the one in my backyard. It's only been less than a month. 4 was the one near here. It's been a while. Let me go back to the videos. I'm sorry, I don't have my notes on me. So, swarm trap 6, based on my notes, should have had newborn 5 days ago. Maybe as much as a week. I hate my fence setup. I didn't do that right, so. But, so anyways, I was concerned enough to also put them on feed after not having them on feed. They aren't even touching it. I wasn't seeing orientation flights the day I moved the other catch, which was concerning to me. We did have a little bit of rain not too long ago, so the flight died off. But when I was here earlier and not filming, it looked like I saw orientation flights. So the reason why they went on the feed is because they were given a double deep, and they petered out on me. Like what I said about the potential of that happening with 5 over there. Well, they were up here working. I'm not sure when I looked at it. This syrup sometimes can be a pain. Just bragging about no ants and spilling syrup to bring them in. Anyways. They're up here. They're doing much better. Much better population. This tells me I don't do much tinkering. You know, I'm not gonna, I may give them a frame if there's a queen issue to have them try and make a frame or make a queen. But in all honesty, if I'm in here digging around and disrupting them and I find something, I'm not going to do anything anyways. It's a swarm that I caught, right? So am I going to harm one that's doing well in the hopes of saving a swarm that's not? No, I'm not going to do that. So why am I in there all the time playing around if I'm not going to do anything? That's why I'm not in there playing around. Give them the space that they need. Give them all the opportunity that they need. This would be a donated honey frame. Okay. This bottom box is light. I'm pretty sure this was full of honey. Very interesting. Little queen cell. Very little. Looks dry. Completely on the outermost frame. And again, I wouldn't even be pulling this frame out if you weren't here with me, because my inspection's over. I was concerned about there being a laying queen. She laid drones. That's wild. It's late in the season. Next frame looks hatched out. I can see them going through those communication holes too on my starter strip frames. Not having to go around the frame with the plastic foundation. Other than that starter strip and all natural environment. I like it. I like the starter strips. Something pissed him off. I'm sure it has to do with me. Yeah, that. They've made more progress on this second deep. But not nearly like what I want to see. And in all honesty, the way that catch 5 is behaving, I might pass these girls. If I could get them a second box. I mean, not good. It's a honey frame. When you're trying to get them to draw late in the season, you need to be in here doing checkerboarding and frame manipulations. It's not going to happen. They will ignore stuff. And since this is the second deep, and downstairs was always the primary brood chamber. We're still warm at night. There's a decent population. I'm going to actually do these pretty heavy, the checkerboarding. Now in this case, they have done better with the starter strips. That's pretty cool. Sorry, I'm just... But you can see I'm putting starter strip frames next to starter strip, and they're not cross-drawing on me. Knock on wood. But I use a significant size starter strip. I don't use just a small one. I think I get 5, 6 out of each deep plastic foundation and then tack them in there. It gives them a clear understanding where I want them to draw. They won't drink it out of the feeder, but they want what I spilled. Go figure. They're a little grumpy. Hive 4, catch 4, trap 4. First one of the season. Back in June. It's been given second deep a long time ago with a queen excluder. This is pretty much an empty, couple drawn honey frames, 10 mediums, and this is a wet super. My hope was that this wet super after honey extraction was going to draw them up through there. Also, they have an upper entrance they're not utilizing at this moment, so really don't have much to do with this one as far as plans, other than to keep them producing honey. Holy cow, they like that wet super. So I only have a hand crank extractor. So I would speculate my supers are a little bit wetter than something that's done with a motor. But you can see they like that wet super. I'm happy to see them up here because it does have a queen excluder. Again, same thing. Yeah. These remind me of Colony 1. All right, inspection over. What more do I need to see? I mean, I guess I could look for swarm cells and everything else if they're dumb enough to swarm this late in the season, and maybe I don't want them anyways. So that's a good brood frame in the second deep to continue the population explosion. My veil got too close to my jawbone there and one decided to take that opportunity. That white on top's their upper entrance. I have a door, I can close it or not. It's just a 3.5 inch board ripped in half. Pretty good. I'm not sure I could ask for much more. So, this was probably a pretty long video. I apologize if that's not your thing, but that's an update of the 2022 season so far on all the swarm catches. There's more colonies here that were previous swarms that are in honey production. We've already gotten 10 gallons, 7.5 out of 1. Beautiful spring honey. About 2.5 gallons out of another one, same type of honey. And wet supers are just being returned right to them. They can clean them up, draw that down, or take it down and do what they want with it, and then fill them back up for me. Here so far, robbing has not been an issue, and compared to last year, I'm not seeing the yellow jackets and the hornets. I did see a dragonfly, so I like that as well. That's certainly good news. I don't expect it'll stay that way. So anyways, 6 is going to have a population explosion. Knowing that, they're full entrance now too. So all of them are full entrance. 5, that probably will change, because again, 5 will not have babies for another 21 days, and they're just going to be dying off really quick. So if they get too light, especially during robbing season, I will reduce that entrance and do everything I can to stop the robbing. So that's it for the update on the traps. I hope there's 1 or 2 more catches out there for me. I actually love the challenge of trying to get them ready for winter. Sometimes in the spring you're happy with your success and you feel good about what you did. So 5-frame nuke last year given to me in September, which was a swarm trap catch that nobody did anything with. Mid-September, ran them through the winter as a single brood chamber, and that's actually the one on the end there. And in honey production now, so I guess I did right by those girls. But anyways, hope you enjoyed it. Please like, subscribe, share. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and comment, ask questions. Love to talk bees. So thanks for watching Fishing for Bees. Thank you.